Looks like you're liking the 175, dude. I am fucking loving the 175. It's incredible. Hey, Yves, Hey there, string theory. Nigga, go to bed. Could you give some gypsy jazz wisdom? What kind of wisdom are you looking for? Be more specific. But yes, it's too early, bro. No, dude, I'm starting to teach in like an hour, so gotta get the morning shedding done. Do you have a favorite standard? I don't know. Epstein mindset, absolutely. Do you have a favorite standard? I like Stardust. Stardust is a good one. Whoa, lots of autism aside, love your work, bro. Great playing and teaching. Thank you. Oh, well, I'm glad you put the autism aside. Tips for a basser. How do I not cramp up on the tip for a bass player? How do I not cramp up on the fretboard? Just practice, or there is more to it? I mean, it's just practice, but practice is like a broad thing. You know what I mean? It's like tip for like, I don't know, like a runner, you know, like a marathon runner. Just run a lot, or is there more to it? It's like there's more to it. But you just gotta ask better, like if you're asking questions that general, that might be like a bad pattern. So you need to start asking more specific questions, right? Patreon is fire, worth all $5. Well, the price is going up November 1st. The $5 tier will be $10, but those of you who sign up are grandfathered in. I took care of you guys. Are you gonna collab with Rick Beato? Yes, I would love to, but unfortunately he's looking for hotter chicks than me. You know, he's going for the famous people. Mode 3, I would never in a standard. OMG, hello from KYI from Burma. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Your lessons have been motivating. I don't edit. No, I have a full-time editor. Mr. Nick does all the editing. I would never edit. How important is it to transcribe solos to learn jazz? I don't know a single full solo. I never have. I never transcribed a full solo in my life and actually learned it. I just learned very, very small chunks. You left out the kitchen sink. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it as an insult. Which one should I play now? I was joking. Actually, I'm not gonna play Infantized, but I did check out Fee Fi Fo Fum. Like I played that song a lot of times, like in college. Has cool changes. And then but in the intro, it's so fucking cool. Like, it starts with these Herbie Hancock kind of voicings, and it has some of the coolest voicings for altered chords that you've ever seen. Like, it's the if you listen to the first couple of voicings in the intro, it's like F altered. Like it starts A flat sus, and then it goes to like an F altered. But us guitar players only play like F altered sort of in two positions, like Hendrix chord here or this kind of like root position thing. But he plays a lot of like rootless voicings that are just so fucking cool. Like check this one out for, that's the first one he uses, and then he goes, it's that's the second one, and then he uses this one. Or in this key it would be like, sorry, what was it? Listen to those chords. And then the other one for the F would be this. Forgot the last one. Oh, it is. Forgot the third one, but those are the first two for sure. You can play those here too, like F altered would be like, and then this. So it's like close position chords for altered. They're altered chords, they're just melodic minor. But if you like think about it, as they move to like a B flat. Like let's take the same kind of idea but put it in a key that's way easier. Like if you're playing a minor blues, right? Like you have just like the kind of stuff that like you guys just always play, like moving to A minor with like a sub 5-5-5, like F7, E7. It's in every like BB King style minor blues, right? Like you go back and that's like that chord to this chord. So on the first of those two chords, you can play this voicing. Check out that sound. So yeah, that works. And that sound, like F Lydian dominant, right? But you can play it in two places in a key, starting from the Lydian dominant, from the 4 of melodic minor, or from the 7 of melodic minor. And that voicing happens twice. But here I can go like, right? That's E altered to A minor. So you can use those Herbie Hancock kind of like. You can do it in other areas too, like starting from here. It's pretty cool, right? It's a nice sound. For the F7 and this one. I don't have tons of control over this one yet, but this one's pretty cool. For A minor, for an E7, go into A minor. Check out this. Right, and probably resolve it to like a 9 chord. Or like maybe. That was the Herbie move, right? Like instead of like you're playing a minor blues. Pretty cool. All right, Caravan. Before I leave, I gotta say you're an exceptional teacher and player. There's a real need for lessons that deconstruct advanced concepts for players. Oh, thanks, Chris. Hey, what's the best Beatles song to learn on guitar for knowledge? I don't know. Hannes, do you know One Last Breath by Creed? I do not. Oh, shit. It was already an insult. You can't take it back. Shorter stuff is great. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm going to sign up for your Patreon, which will be my first ever Patreon sign up. Oh yeah, thank you. Our Patreon is fucking smoking. It's so good, honestly. Nick just made like a table of contents with like all the lessons we ever put out, organized with hyperlinks and PDF downloads. So it's very convenient too, you don't get lost. But yeah, those altered chords, let me see if I can find that, those voicings real quick. Let's listen to it together. Let's see, what song was that? Fee Fi Fo Fum. Fee Fi Fo Fum. Here it is. Listen to this. So the first chord is like an A flat. Hear that? Listen. Doing it again. And then it's like those voicings are killer too. And that's that one. So the last couple of voicings there, it's like the part 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. And then he goes, that's like, and then this big, right? What is that? It's like an A flat Lydian dominant, root, sharp 4, flat 7, third 6. It's a great voicing. And then just to like a G minor 11. Great. So all that is just F altered. And then this is not F altered. So that's kind of like playing an F minor 7 flat 5 voicing. Right? It's like it's coming from, it's kind of like a weird harmonic major altered because it has the 4 on top, and altered doesn't have a 4. So it's starting from like, you know, pure melodic minor altered, another altered chord. This is all like from G flat melodic minor on the F root. Right? That. And then here, this comes from a different scale because it has a B flat on top. Right? The third mode of harmonic major will have that, but like on that F, it's a flat, like sharp. Well, I guess you'd think about, it's more like a minor 7 flat 5 because it has a 4 and a flat 5, so it's not some kind of 4. So it's kind of like going. Yeah, it's actually like more like a Locrian kind of F. That's D altered, and then this like yeah, just E flat or A flat Lydian dominant, and resolving to G minor. Like a G, maybe it's like a G sus 2. So cool. Do you own all the guitars that you have in your videos? Yes, I do. Need a shot of your pedal board. There's no pedal board connected right now. let's see. Whoa, I missed a lot of shit. Just go to any Marvin platform and watch everything you can. Danny is going to create a whole generation of great guitar players if he keeps at it. Oh, thank you. When you were coming up, what was your source for voicing? Did you just work them out, or did you have some kind of source like chord chemistry? Yeah, those voicing books are fucking useless because, you know, it's just like a list and you just go through them and you don't use anything. It's like, you know, you got to learn how to use things. So it's better to take one voicing and learn it like in many keys and also like in many contexts, rather than like, how are you gonna memorize all that? You know what I mean? You're not gonna. It's just shapes. It's kind of like those voicing books. It's kind of like having a project like, I'm gonna memorize the phone numbers of everybody in my neighborhood. It's like, no, you're not. You know, you're gonna memorize the phone numbers of the people you talk to a lot. And I mean, that's very 90s mentality on phone numbers, but you catch my drift. You got to have a personal relationship with the voicings. So like, you can take two voicings that like are super fucking cool, that have a sound, and start treating them like, see the way they connect to each other rather than like how they are independently. So here, like, here's a good example. Like, this is a great way of playing a 2-5-1. Very West Montgomery sound for a 2-5, right? But what 2-5 does it represent? So you gotta connect it to something, right? So that, the first chord here, is an inversion of A flat major 7. What does that have to do with the 2 chord, right? So you have to learn how to see that as some kind of 2 chord. So to me, that is a substitution for an F minor 7. How do I know it? Well, you can look at, like, when you're starting out, the training wheels is root motion. So it's a whole step underneath the A string bass. So when I have a tune that is going to E flat, when I'm playing a tune in E flat major, I know I can start my 2-5 on the root of the key, right? On where the 1 chord is. 2, 5, 1. You hear that in giant steps, right? Right, those kind of like Coltrane-y voicings. So just a way of playing a 2-5-1 here. So that's something you can memorize, right? The bass motion is 1 of the key, 7, 1. But that's, you kind of like make things fit on that root motion. So I'm playing, like, let's say I'm playing, take the A train, right? C. Bo be do do dee da ba da 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 dee da da do dee da. 1. Maybe I'll come up with a way of playing 1, some sort of 6 here, right? 1, 6, 2, 5. 1, 6, 2, 5. Right? Maybe even like 1, 6, 2, 5. I'm going. Maybe I'll try to like solo and then bang out that exact thing every time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll find this nice movement on other strings. So where's C on the next string? Right? Or maybe I don't want to have that jump when I have that on the top 4 strings. I want to find a way to resolve that here. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe I don't like how that 5 chord, the soprano note stays the same. So maybe I'll just make a chromatic motion there. Ooh. Right. Maybe I'll find that same thing on the bottom string. It's a little bit bloated down there, but it's okay. That's not bad. Maybe in like a lot of contexts, do the same thing. I want to know chords from other mode functions as harmony and a progression. Do you work off Pat Martino's 4 areas of activity using Dorian mode? I do not, Esteban. No. Is your right hand technique differs when you play gypsy jazz versus electric? Yes, it differs quite a bit. Actually, like playing Strat and playing fusion, I use the lightest technique. You could, like, if I play the way I play fusion on this guitar, it doesn't make a sound. It's like, it sounds very sloppy. That's my kind of like Strat touch. That's what it sounds like on this guitar. So I'm relying on the gain to make the notes come out. And it's very important to not let the guitar, people kind of have very big misconceptions on the touch that different setups and instruments require. And with gypsy jazz, I push. So on this guitar, it's going to sound farty if I play as hard as I... It sounds very, very percussive, too percussive. So actually with this kind of arch stop thing was the thing that I'm still learning really to get the right touch from, because it's the balance of pressure is right in between those two. So to make it sound nice, you definitely can use rest strokes all the time. You can use some rest strokes. Like, it's nice, they have like a punch to them, but you also gotta rely. This kind of technique is really about using a lot more legato, but not as much as I would do on like, a highly distorted kind of setting. So I'm still really relying on evening out the picking touch with... What I'm trying to do is like make a saxophone kind of thing where I can play tongue notes and then have notes that I'm just changing the keys on, to where I can create this phrasing that's more like dia 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 dia. So when I'm pulling off or hammering, so when you're and getting not so much pick noise. hard to explain this kind of thing. You got to really close your eyes and listen to the sound you're making. And when you get like too, with this kind of instrument, something that's really helpful is turn off the volume knob and make sure that the sound you're getting is the sound you like before the amp. So yeah, a lot of people kind of, and don't rely very heavily on the tone knob to clean up your pick noise and your repositioning thing. You know, get a good sound acoustically from the archtop. I mean, I think that's a really huge thing. Really just use the amp to make it louder and add a touch of reverb. For you I sigh, for you dear only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing and wondering why it's me you're wronging. I swear that I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it, it's hard to conceive it, how you turn away romance. Are you pretending it feels like the ending? Unless I could have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You see me here right for the taking. I swear that I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. You see me here, ripe for the taking. I swear that I mean it. I'm all for you. All right. Well, I missed a lot of shit. Do use modal interchange from melodic and harmonic minor. No. And I mean, so you get into like, so when you take dominance, those keys, those scales are packed with dominance, right? So when you take dominance, they already have a name, right? So you're not taking modal interchange from them. You're just taking dominant chords, but all 12 dominant chords have a name in major, which secondary dominants are taken from them. You know, that's what, like, harmonic minor is the harmonic way to get to the minor chords in the key. So 5 secondary dominants are in effect modal interchange from harmonic minor, right? You're taking from different keys of harmonic minor to get you to your 2 chord, to your, so that's, you're always borrowing from those things. So that's something kind of like messed up to think about. You can take, what people do in jazz is they borrow from melodic and harmonic minor. The major modern jazz is about taking major 7 sharp 5s and minor major 7s. So like if you just take like 2 5 1, and instead of 1 you go, those sound major 7 sharp 5, or right? So taking those kind of sounds certainly is something you hear people do in modern jazz, but I'm not that cool. Kurt Russell, I go people like that. For me, it always sounds pretentious, though. I'm just like I don't know, man. I'm just like, it makes me feel like it's like ordering a cortado. You know what I mean? It's like, just stop it. I feel every guitarist should know the lyrics of every song in their repertoire. It helps give you the, for sure. What are the best jazz standards to start with? They're just the ones you like. This, if you don't do something you actually emotionally enjoy, you're not gonna have the curiosity and the interest to see it through. So why even try? Wes Montgomery, Growing Accustomed to Her Face. That's a really good one. Whole Tone. Oh yeah. But yeah, no, you should know. Like, I mean, you should. You don't have to know. You don't have to do anything. But it's like if you like playing songs, you know, you gotta play them as songs. We had our little drama. We kissed in a field of white, and stars fell on Alabama last night. I can't forget your glamour. Your eyes held a tender light, and stars fell on Alabama last night. I never planned in my imagination a situation so heavenly, a fairyland where no one else could enter, and in the center just you and me. My heart beats like a hammer, my arms wound around you tight, and stars fell on Alabama last night. A situation so heavenly, a fairy tale when both of us could enter, and in the center, just you and me. My heart beats like a hammer, my arms wound around you tight, and stars fell on Alabama last night. That's a good one. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. Gotta go teach. Sayonara. See you next time. Appreciate you being here. Join the Patreon. Love the reverb. Oh, right?